afternoon and welcome to the class of 2025 and to your parents. I am Sarah Laus. I am the school counselor for 7th and 8th graders and also 9th graders who attended MLK for 7th and 8th grade. So I will continue to be your counselor next year. Today we're going to talk about MLK course registration. We're going to look at 4-year plans for the next 4 years of high school, and we are going to look at specifically 9th grade course registration. So I'd like to, for a moment, share with you the academic plan or the 4-year plan. This is something that I sent out via email last week, so you should have already seen it. You may not have looked at it, and that's all right. Just before we kind of go through each column and really break it down, I want to point out at the very top, you see each of the graduation requirement subject areas: English, math, science, social studies, world language, health, fine arts, and electives. And then right below it, there's a little reminder of how many credits you need in each of these areas in order to graduate. And then on the left-hand column, you have 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So within each of these boxes, it shows you the classes that students usually take in order to like, for example, all 9th graders take English 1 honors, but there is some variation for math. You see that some students, depending on what you took for 7th or 8th grade math, you might start off in 9th grade with a higher level math, etc. And this is just shows you where students generally take those classes. It's not necessarily where you have to take those classes. So I'm going to break down Tennessee graduation requirements. This is for any public school in Tennessee. So we start off with English. You need 4 credits of English in order to graduate. For 9th grade, that's English 1 honors. And for 10th grade, that's English 2 honors. And then in 11th grade, you get your first choice between English 3 honors and AP English language. And then 12th grade, English 4 honors or AP English literature. Both of the AP courses satisfy the English requirement for 11th and 12th grade respectively, and there's not a prerequisite. So you don't need to take AP English language in order to take literature or vice versa. For math, the general progression for the state of Tennessee is Math 1 honors, Math 2 honors, Math 3 honors, and then pre-cal with trig honors. If you are in integrated math 1 or 2 this year, you obviously start at a little bit of a higher level. And I'd like to refer you back to the academic plan to see some of those options in higher grades. The way the state of Tennessee the way the graduation requirements are written for the state of Tennessee is that a student needs to take a math class every year of high school. So that means that you have to be sitting in a math class every year at MLK, even if you come into 9th grade having taken 2 years of math credit. You still have to be sitting in a math class every year of high school. For science, the state of Tennessee requires 3 credits. For MLK, we start counting those credits in 9th grade with biology honors, 10th grade with chemistry honors, and 11th grade with physics honors. And then we have a ton of science electives. Again, I'd like to refer you back to the academic plan. As 8th graders at MLK this year, you are in physical science honors, which of course is also a high school credit course. And that course ends up just counting as an additional science elective. Because as I said a moment ago, all MLK students are expected to take biology, chemistry, and physics honors. For social studies, the state of Tennessee requires 3.5 credits. At MLK, we typically do not have students take social studies in 9th grade. We start off earning credits in 10th grade with a world history credit, and you'll see that there are 3 courses listed under world history. The world history credit for Tennessee can be met through world history and geography honors, AP human geography, or AP European history. In 11th grade, students are required to earn a US history credit, which can be met with either US history and geography honors or AP US history, or as we call it at MLK, a push. And then in 12th grade, you're required to take a half a credit of economics and a half a credit of US government. Those can be taken at the honors or AP level. And then that last half credit, I'll swing back to where personal finance is listed. Personal finance is a Tennessee state requirement toward graduation. Most MLK students fit that in their junior year, their 11th grade year, and because it's only a half credit, that class matches with ACT prep, as most students will take the ACT their junior year as well. But if there's one class that MLK students choose to take through the MNPS virtual school, it is personal finance. And there'll be more information about that once you're in high school. Students sometimes opt to take that course through the virtual school over the summer or during the fall and spring of one of their years of high school, in addition to the regular courses that they are taking. So again, that 3.5 credits for social studies, it's a credit of world history, a credit of US history, and a credit of economics and government, a half a credit for each of those. And then lastly, the half a credit for personal finance. For world languages, the state of Tennessee requires 2 credits in the same world language. So for 8th graders, right now, you are already earning the level 1 credit in your world language. Next year, you'll move on to the level 2 credit or the honors credit. As I said a moment ago, both credits must be earned in the same world language. And we encourage students to earn at least 3 credits in your world language of choice. And that's because a lot of selective schools are starting to require more than just 2 years of a world language. MLK is proud to offer all 5 of our world languages up to the AP level. And so we really encourage students to stick with their world language past 9th grade. However, technically, you will have already met graduation requirements for Tennessee after you finish the level 2 honors credit next year. All right, for health, state of Tennessee requires 1.5 credits. That is 1 full credit of lifetime wellness, and it is a half credit of PE. Some things to keep in mind is that for lifetime wellness, it's a full year credit. The PE credit is only the half credit, so they're not interchangeable. If you play 1 season of an MLK high school sport, you can substitute that for the half credit of PE, not for lifetime wellness. If you want to do that, you have to wait till after you finish the season of a sport in high school, so after the first season, at earliest, after the fall season in 9th grade. And you can come see your counselor, me, if it's next year, and I will give you the form that you need to complete for PE substitution. Usually students take lifetime wellness in 9th grade, and then if they are not using a season of a sport to substitute, they go on and take PE in 10th grade. But you don't have to take these classes in 9th and 10th grade. You can take them any year of high school, just as long as you do it before you graduate. All right, for fine art, the state of Tennessee requires 1 credit. You see here all the options that we have for 9th grade students: visual art, concert band 1, orchestra 1, mixed chorus 1, general music, and instrumental techniques. So general music is a basic, kind of like a music 101 class, learning very basic information about music. So if you don't already play an instrument, but you're not really as interested in art, general music might be the best class for you. Instrumental techniques is actually a class like a beginning band. So you would be learning to play an instrument, and ideally you would then join the concert band in 10th, 11th, and or 12th grade. We are also very proud to offer theater arts at MLK. However, because it is just 1 class, we don't have enough spaces to offer it to 9th grade students. So for theater arts, that option only opens up in 10th grade. And then we have theater arts 2, which you can take in 11th grade, and theater arts 3, which you can take in 12th grade. If you are into theater and you feel like that's definitely where you want to earn your fine art credit, keep that in mind. And maybe in 9th grade, you don't have to take a fine art, because similar to lifetime wellness and the health credits, you don't have to earn your fine art in 9th grade, although most students do. But if you want to plan your 4-year plan such that you take theater arts 1, 2, and 3, that's absolutely fine. You just need to make a plan to earn those credits. And similarly to world languages, only 1 credit is required. Well, 2 credits in a world language, but in fine arts, 1 credit. But the similarity is that we offer higher levels of all of our fine art classes, many all the way up to the AP level. So we really like students to stick with the fine art of choice for more than just 1 year. All right, this is Miss April Collins, and she is going to speak just a little bit about engineering and AP computer science.
Are you interested in computer science and coding? Are you interested in building in AutoCAD? Well, if you have a student who's interested in coding in block-based languages like Scratch or text-based languages like Python or anything along those lines, our engineering department is absolutely for you. Here at MLK, we offer 2 pathways in our computer science and engineering department. They're going to be Project Lead the Way as well as computer science. In those pathways, our students will take courses such as Introduction to Engineering, Principles of Engineering, AP Computer Science Principles, AP Computer Science A, Digital Electronics, as well as robotics, right? So we have a nice assortment of courses for our students to take. We also offer industry certification in OSHA, AutoCAD, as well as the Microsoft Office suite. Our students who are in our computer science program are also a part of Amazon's Future Engineers program, which gives them full access to Amazon's web service. So in that web service, our students can take courses in cybersecurity, they can take courses in cloud computing, or anything that they desire. So we encourage you all to please reach out and be a part of our engineering department and all of the great resources that we have available for our students. We also offer a number of after-school programs. We compete in FIRST Robotics, FIRST Tech Challenge, as well as TSA competitions. So if you're interested, please reach out and feel free to ask questions to myself, Dr. Joseph, your counselors, or other students who are in engineering to see if this is a good fit for you, all right? We look forward to hearing from you. And again, I am April Collins, and I look forward to meeting you all soon.
All right, so as Ms. Collins just mentioned, engineering has 2 main pathways. The engineering project Lead the Way pathway, which starts off with Intro to Engineering in 9th grade, Principles of Engineering in 10th grade, Digital Electronics in 11th, and Robotics and Automated Systems in 12th. There's also the Technology Engineering pathway, which has AP Computer Science principles starting in 10th grade, Robotics and Automated Systems in 11th grade, and AP Computer Science A in 12th grade. One thing I'd like to point out is that Intro to Engineering and Principles in Engineering are similar courses, and Intro is not a prerequisite for Principles. And so if you can't figure out how to fit Intro to Engineering into your 9th grade year, but you are interested in pursuing the engineering project Lead the Way pathway, you can start in 10th grade and still fulfill the 3 courses required to be considered a completer or to complete the elective pathway. And so a minute to talk about the elective focus. So in the state of Tennessee, students are required to earn 3 credits in an elective focus. All MLK students are on the AP elective focus track. And that means that every MLK graduate has earned 3 AP advanced placement credits. AP or advanced placement classes are college level classes that are taught in high school, and high scores on the AP exam can often be exchanged for university credit. We really encourage you to do your research. If you're interested in a particular college or university, then you should look and see which credits they accept and which scores they are looking for on the AP exam in order to exchange credit for you. Some students end up, for lack of a better word, double majoring in elective focus at MLK. So if you do the engineering pathway and you earn those 3 credits, you have an engineering elective focus and an AP focus. But for the purposes of graduation at MLK, all students must earn 3 credits of AP credit in order to graduate. So right here, this is a copy, a blown up copy of the registration form for this year for 9th grade, or rather for next year's classes. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger on this screen. So I'd like to point out, and some of you might have noticed, on the registration form, not only does it have the class name, but it also has a course code. And something I especially would like to point out is that there is an H for honors in almost all of your course codes next year. This is going to be extremely important when it comes to registering for classes in my app through the Academic Plan tab in Infinite Campus. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But I just want to point out that you don't have to guess about what the code is for the class you're trying to sign up for. I've already done the work for you, and I've put it here on the form, but please make sure you're entering that H code. You are not signing up for the correct class if you do not enter the H in the course code. The other thing I'd like to mention is that you will see that it says S1 and S2 next to just about every class, and that stands for semester 1 and semester 2. And that's because high school courses are taught by the semester. So you earn a half credit for the first semester or the fall semester, and you earn a half credit for the second semester or the spring semester. And so middle school courses, those are averaged out 1 grade for the entire year. But for high school credit courses, it's the fall and the spring semester grades. So you have to sign up for both the S1 semester 1 and S2 semester 2 credit. And again, you'll see here the course listing options here are very much the same order we just reviewed. You have English 1, everyone takes that. You have math. If you're in 8th grade math this year, you'll sign up in math 1 for next year. If you're in math 1 this year with Mr. Stevens, you'll sign up for math 2. And if you're in math 2 this year, then you sign up for math 3. All students take biology 1 honors for 9th grade for science. For your world language, you are expected to continue in the same world language that you already were in this year, so you'll earn that second level honors credit. Most students will take lifetime wellness. Most students will take one of the fine art options, which are listed there, and almost every student will take independent study. So if you were counting with me there, that's 7 courses. It doesn't necessarily leave enough room for engineering. The options again for 9th grade being Intro to Engineering, and then another elective option, which would be AP Human or AP European History. We do have a handful of students who will select to earn their social studies credit in 9th grade for world history, almost always through AP Human as opposed to AP Euro because it's a better introductory class. And if that's the case, then you need to work with your schedule to figure out where you're going to fit in the class that you don't take 9th grade. It's usually lifetime wellness. So some students might choose to take AP Human in 9th grade, and then instead of a social studies class in 10th grade, you take lifetime wellness. I would really caution against doing that because there's not really a rush to take an AP class in your 9th grade year, unless you're very passionate about social studies and maybe you're planning to take AP European History in your sophomore year. Because if you take AP Human in your 9th grade year, then there won't be an AP class for you to take in most cases your 10th grade year. And so you're kind of pushing to take the AP class in 9th grade and then not taking a college level AP class in 10th grade, then picking back up in 11th grades. So it's a much more natural progression to try to get 9th grade under your belt with all the rest of your challenging courses, and then move on to trying your first AP class in 10th grade. And that's how the majority of students at MLK do it anyway. Let's see. Similarly, for students who might want to do art and engineering or band and engineering, that's fine. You can hold off on taking your lifetime wellness class till later on, but you're going to want to look back at the 4-year plan, which was the second slide in this presentation. And also I had sent a hyperlink, and actually I also made a hyperlink at the top of the 9th grade form. You can see that at the top, where you can plan out where you're going to take your classes for every year of high school. So the next step is going to be to log into Infinite Campus and enter your course requests, not only for 9th grade, but also your plan for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So I'm going to send this link out again at the end of this presentation. I'm also going to send the PDFs of the PowerPoint because it has all the course codes and some other information. But I just want to point out that it's through Family Portal and Infinite Campus. Once you click through there, you're going to see the main Infinite Campus portal, and you're going to go to the left-hand side where it says Academic Plan, and this screen will show up. You will see at the top it says Choose an Academic Plan, An 22 credit graduation plan will have already been chosen for you. That's because MLK students all need 22 credits to graduate. Then there'll be this box where it says post-grad location, and basically it's asking you to decide if you think you're planning to attend an in-state college, so in Tennessee, or an out-of-state college. And then over here it asks for your postgraduate plans, and it lists a bunch of options: 2-year private, 4-year public, etc. I know that it is very ambitious to ask an 8th grader where you're planning to go for college, or even which type of college you're looking at. And so I'd like to point out that the very bottom says unknown. I believe this information is just for MNPS for their internal accounting. So it doesn't really matter. If you do know that you want to attend a particular college, then you can choose whether or not, if it happens to be a 4-year public school, you can choose that. But I think for a lot of students, you might as well just click unknown, but you have to choose something for the post-grad location and for the post-grad plans in order to proceed. So I just need to point that out. After you click proceed, you will go to a screen that looks like this, except your screen won't look quite as busy yet. In fact, your screen will be blank. For English, it's telling you to the left of the slash mark, it's showing you how many credits you've signed up for. And to the right of the slash mark, it's telling you how many you need to graduate. And so for English, this particular student example has already signed up for English 1 in 9th grade, English 2 in 10th grade, AP English Language in 11th, and English 4 in 12th. So that's why it's saying that this student has already planned to take 4 out of the 4 required credits. For math, similarly, it's a reminder that you need 4 credits, and this student has signed up for 3.5, and you can see right here, this student is missing the 2nd semester of integrated math 2. So that's why it's only calculating 3.5. I'd like to point out that, as I said earlier, every credit for a high school credit course has a S1 spring and an S2 semester. And so it's important to keep that in mind. And as you scroll down, I can't do this on the screenshot, but you'll see science, social studies, and it'll keep on going. So again, the reminder to use S1 and S2, the reminder that the credits will tally. In some cases, for whatever reason in Infinite Campus, the tallies are not correct after the courses you enter. Please just disregard that. It's very frustrating. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. We've talked to IT, and it's a district level problem. It's not something we can fix internally at MLK. So please don't get too frustrated if it's not adding up correctly, or if it's showing as the credit amount is not showing correctly. That is a problem that's always been there. By the time you're in the class and you earn the credit, it will be correct on your transcript. But for whatever reason in the academic planner, it doesn't always tally properly. As I said earlier, what's most important is that you have a full 7 credits filled for 9th grade, English, math, science, etc. But the expectation is also that you go on and plan out your courses for the next 3 years of high school for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And again, we will not hold you to the decisions you make today for your 10th, 11th, or 12th grade courses. We will revisit this every year around this time, so you can make sure you're taking the classes that you need to take to graduate, and also the classes that you want to. But for district expectations, 8th graders are supposed to have a full 4-year plan completed. Okay, so this is here as a little handy dandy guide. You can see on the left-hand side are the typical schedule for a 9th grader: English 1, Math 1, Biology 1, Lifetime Wellness, the 2nd level of your world language, Fine Art, and non-credit. Non-credit would be your independent study, and that is the code for independent study for 9th graders. IND STU 1 S1, and then IND STU 1 S2. And as you might guess, for 10th grade, that course becomes IND STU 2. In your junior year, instead it'll say 3, and then 4 for your senior year. Let's see. Here are some helpful course codes that I like to put on the screen for students when I usually do this presentation in person. It shows the math credits specifically. And again, I want to point out this honors credit. That's super important because if you don't put it in there, it's not signing you up for the proper honors class. And so it'll show as an error on my side of the system. Here are the independent study credits. You could see back a couple of slides ago, let's see if I go back there. You see how the heading is English, math, science, social studies. All the way at the bottom, there's a heading that says non-credit. And that's where you find the PLT codes because it's not a credit course for your independent study. Similarly, classes like engineering classes and ACT prep classes are found under the heading that says elective focus. Okay, we are nearing the end of the presentation for today, but Miss Johnson, my Vanderbilt intern, has set up a sign up Genius in case you have individual questions that you'd like to ask me, or if I'm not able to answer the question in the group question and answer in a moment, you can use this link, which again, I will send out after this presentation, to sign up for a 15-minute time slot or so to go through specific questions about your 4-year plan. And then lastly, after you finish selecting your courses, not just for 9th grade, but also 10th through 12th grade, there is a link, a confirmation link that we would like you to click. It's this hyperlink here in this presentation when you get it through PDF. It is also listed at the bottom of your course registration sheet, the hyperlink. And that is just something for you to fill out. It's like 3 questions, your name, and a couple other things, maybe 4 questions. But it's basically your way of indicating to me that you have finished not only your course request for 9th grade, but also your 4-year plan for 10th through 12th grade. So after you finish and you have all the credits that you need entered, please click that link, and it's just a little Google survey. Please fill it out. And that's my way to know that I can go into your academic planner from my side of Infinite Campus and check your courses and make sure everything is as it should be. And if I have any questions, then I can reach out to you directly and we can fix it before the portal closes. So thank you everyone for listening and your patience for this presentation. We are going to move on to the question and answer part. So I'll be back in one moment. Thank you.